Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Monday. Today, it felt like I had a huge message coming in to share. Here, I'm gonna adjust. There we go. Felt like a huge message came up because to me, it's been a big download that has been coming for a long time that my team has been wanting to share with, or intending for me to share with everyone, and it's been a lot for me to bring this up. But it's been shown to me for a while now that it's time. Sometimes when I'm just looking at my notes here because they gave me some notes this morning. Sometimes when it feels like we are on our way towards something and we're moving towards something energetically, and then all of a sudden we are taken off course, or it feels like we're pushed back without even our consent or knowledge, maybe even at first, and we get pushed back energetically. These things happen for a few reasons. One is it's like the universe is bringing us back to do a review, to say, there's still some lessons to learn here. We get to learn some stuff. And sometimes it can be really difficult to go back and learn those lessons again. But when we get to receive all that information and go forward again, we have all that, and we are so much stronger the next time. So as we build it, we are building it with, instead of maybe straw, we're going to build it with bricks for reference. When there's been times in my healing journey and that I have been in the process of moving forward, and I feel so strong and so confident. And then all of a sudden something happens and it's like I move back and I'm just like, why? What's going on? What that is causing this to occur? And that happened to me a couple of years ago. And it was really frustrating. And at the time, I didn't have the confidence to talk about it because I was doing lives. But I had already gotten, I was already a coach. I was already a Reiki master. I did not feel confident to tell people, oh, I'm going through a backwards cycle myself. How do I share this with people? I felt very, I guess, ashamed that was occurring. But then, as this occurred, and I even pushed people away because I was not understanding why their energy was no longer vibrating with mine, because I was in this up and down healing pattern. Just a second, I'm going to take some water. But then when I started going in and really honoring myself and figuring out what these triggers, what is it all meaning on a real deep level, taking these lessons and taking all the knowledge that I'm receiving from all these courses. This is where I developed the Ascension coaching. This is where we go in even deeper. We take all the information from the Lightworker course and we go in deeper. And I'm not talking, I'm not going to talk about the Ascension coaching a whole bunch today, but that's when I started developing it. because I started going in, figuring out why was I being triggered about this, or what was this upsetting me, what about this? And I was feeling into all those vibrations and energy, and I was healing, starting to heal those aspects. Well, I realized it was okay that all this big energy had occurred, and it had created a huge pocket, a huge bubble of energy that had come up to the point where I the quantum had told me I needed to receive medical attention, emergency medical attention. And had an emergency surgery. Well, then I got to think about, and at the time I was so upset. Why would I get to a point with my energetic journey where I would go to a regular traditional medicine again? And what about that? What lesson in this did I get to learn about losing an aspect of, I was losing this aspect of me, it felt like, when I was losing my ovary. Well, then I started to work in, and it was so painful. Then I started realizing it was almost like I had never worked through the pain of the loss of my child. Well, so then I got to work through all that because it's all in the same chakra. It's all right there. And so I got to work through all that and work through this healing and work through all of those lessons. And, it brought me back to very, very early childhood. So I was healing the first moments of my childhood. So all of this was so profound that I was using all of this knowledge in the retreats. So we were using all this little by little in the retreats, but it was very, very strong because of the divine feminine, the divine masculine coming in to heal these aspects. And so as we did this, really what happened is we grew. All the knowledge, all of the resources, all of the energy has just grown. And now it's come back to divine unity, divine love all over again. And so now I get to honor all of those lessons, all of that strength, all of those things. And instead of being ashamed for my journey, oops, oops. Always happens. Instead of being ashamed, I get to honor it and stand tall, connect with those roots, connect with that system, and connect and share that with all of you. Open my root chakra, open my throat chakra, expand my pillar of light. So then, as I do this, I share my lessons, my knowledge, and you feel comfortable to do so as well. So as I do this, I realize large chunks of energy, it might take a little bit of time to move it. But if you're not on the same vibrational frequency, it's okay, because you might be doing something really profound while you're dipping down and going up. So we're all in this together. And you are just as divine and just as beautiful and just as loving as the person who is up here. So don't discount your journey whatsoever. And don't think that your work is not as profound, because you might be doing something more profound down here as you're transforming and alchemizing and healing something. And that was the message I was given today. So, so many blessings, so much love.